Okay, shalom ubracha.
Take, guys.
Yeah. So we're starting every class with some jokes, but I'm running out. You guys have heard the jokes already, I know, but the guys haven't heard the jokes. Okay. First joke is that a giant and a midget, they get on a bus at the same bus stop, and they're sitting next to each other. The midget is sitting with his feet hanging on the out of the chair, and the bus driver stops quickly, and the midget goes flying in the air. A gamad, midget, yeah. So the giant catches him and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He puts him back in the seat. The next bus stop again, the bus driver stops on a screech, and the midget flies in the air. And the third bus stop, the same thing. So the giant says to the midget, maybe try to sit properly. So the midget says, "I'm trying to get off the bus already 3 times. You won't let me." Yeah, and in Yerushalayim, the old babuchkas, the ladies with the tichel, they wear the mitpachat and it tied under the chin, like the old lady, old days. She gets on a bus and she gives the bus driver an egg, beitza, and he says, "Maze, what is this?" She says, "I can't pay for the bus fare. I only have eggs." She said, "Okay, yalla, get on the bus. Go, yalla, it's okay." So the next day, she brings the bus driver a full chicken, and he says, "What's this?" She says, "This is for the monthly pass." It's always funny. It gets funny always now. Baruch Hashem.
The more you say it, it gets funnier.
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. So, these classes lately, we're going into one lesson, Likutey Moharan, which is really the big message here of Simcha. How Simcha is the key for basically everything else in life. Ki b'simcha tetzeu. But we're gonna borrow an idea from one of Rabbi Nachman's stories in the Sipur Masiot, the story of the Ben Shekulo Me'avanim Tovot, the prince, the king's son, the Ben Melech, was made from gems. Rabbi Nachman has a story. Obviously, it's deep, but there's one point we're going to bring out, which is the bottom line of the story that we want to focus on. So in this story, there was a king and a queen who didn't have kids, and he tried everything. He tried doctors. He tried this, no kids. So they were told, go to the Jewish people and ask them to daven. So the Jewish people were under pressure because the king says, "Listen, I want you guys to daven that I should have a son, I should have a child, and if not, I will banish you from my country." So the Jews were under pressure. How are we going to do this? So they tried finding a tzaddik who can daven for the king. They found a hidden tzaddik, and because it was a hidden tzaddik, he refused to daven for the king. So the king was pressuring the Jews, no. So they said, "We have a tzaddik, he's hidden, but he doesn't want to daven. He's running away because he's hidden." So the king sent to get him. They got the hidden tzaddik. And the king told the hidden tzaddik, "Listen, daven for me, please. And if not, I can do to the Jews as I wish. So I'm asking you nicely, please daven for me that I should have a child." So he davened, and he said, you and your wife will be redeemed, nifkedim, and you'll have a child. Okay? So that year, the queen gave birth to a girl. So the king was happy because he had a child. He was a bit broken that it wasn't a son because he wanted a son to replace him. So he said, "Baruch Hashem, at least, thank God, at least I have a daughter." And she was exceptionally smart. When she was 4 years old, she knew all the chokhmot, all types of wisdoms, to play music, and people were impressed with the daughter. So he was very happy that he has a very special daughter that's really gifted. And he knew that she was a gift from God because it was done through the divine intervention of the prayers of the hidden tzaddik. Afterwards, he said, "Even though I have a daughter, it would be good also that I have a son. Because what happens, my daughter will marry another guy, and then my kingdom will be shifted to somebody else. I'd rather continue with my dynasty." So he asked the Jews again to daven for him to have a boy. And they went looking for this tzaddik, and he went missing. He passed away. Sorry, the hidden tzaddik, he passed on. So they found another tzaddik, and they asked him to daven for the king. And he refused also. He says, "I'm not a tzaddik, or, I can't do this. It's not for..." He tried to hide himself. So he told the king that there's another tzaddik, and he's hiding. He doesn't want to do this. So the king sent after him. They brought him before the king, and he said the same thing. "I can do to the Jews as I wish. So please daven. Please daven for me and the queen to have a son." So the tzaddik said to the king, "Will you do what I tell you to do?" And he said, "Yes, I'll do anything to have a child." She said, okay, bring me one of each gem that you have. Because the kings, they have a whole like catalog of all the diamonds and jewels that they have. So he brought a gem of each type of jewel that he has, and they collect all these like onyxes, whatever, all these very rare types of diamonds and rocks, etc., jewels. So the tzaddik took everything and he made it crushed. He had the diamonds and jewels crushed, and then he mixed the powder with wine, and he divided the cup into two, and he gave half to the king to drink, and half to the queen to drink. And he said, "You will be blessed with a son, shekulo me'avanim tovot, who's made entirely of precious gems." Okay, so the wife became pregnant. She gave birth to a son, and they were exceedingly happy. But he had normal skin. The tzaddik said that he'd be made of avanim tovot, of gems and jewels, but he had normal skin. So he was still happy. He said it would be nice that he would be made of gems and jewels, but he's not. Okay, so at least that. Now he also was talented, and also when he was age 4, he began to know all types of wisdoms and play musical instruments. So the attention shifted from the daughter to him. So she became jealous a bit. But in her jealousy, she said, okay, he's getting all the attention. I'm not getting the attention anymore. But she consoled herself. At least he's not made of jewels. At least he's not made of diamonds and gems. So tov sholo me'abanim tovot. Okay, at least my consolation is what the tzaddik said wasn't fulfilled. One day he was cutting wood, and he cut his finger, and he screamed. So the sister came to put a bandage on his finger, and she sees under his skin a gem, a jewel. Like this, the skin is coating over gems on his whole body. So she got so upset and she was so miserable that she pretended to act that she was sick. And the king started sending all types of physicians. They couldn't help. Doctors, until he started sending sorcerers. He went into the domain of sorcery to heal her. So when that happened, and a good sorcerer came to her to try to heal her, she told him the truth, that I'm faking it, I'm not really sick, and I'm doing this out of jealousy for my brother. And she asked the sorcerer, tell me, can you make a kishuf on someone that they become leprosy, their skin becomes leprosy? So he said, yes. And she said, but what if someone comes to undo it? So he said, if you take the amulet that makes the kishuf and you throw it in water, so you can't nullify it. You can't nullify it. So she asked, can you do it please on my brother? He said, okay, it'll be our secret. So he wrote an amulet, did sorcery, and they threw it in the water, and all of a sudden the son became all infected, his whole skin, and he was itchy and suffering, and the king was really upset. The king was broken. What happened to my son? So he called the tzaddik to come again, to heal the son. And the king told him, you remember you said it would be made of gems. It's not enough that he's not made of gems, but now he has leprosy. So the tzaddik, it was bothering him a lot, because it was a chilul Hashem. Because he told him that you have a child made of gems, and it didn't come true. So he felt a type of like a achrayut, a responsibility. So he told Hashem, Ribono Shel Olam, you think I did this for me? I did this for you, for your honor, to save the Jewish people. I did this for you. The whole thing of davening for the king and this, and the whole system, that he'll have be made of gems, I did this for your honor, not for me. So Rabbi Nachman says in this story, all of a sudden he throws in this idea, this word, and the tzaddik became informed, after he did this davening to Hashem, he became informed that it was sorcery. And tzaddikim are way above sorcery. So he told the king, it's kishuf, it's sorcery. The king said, okay, so what do we do? She said, if now they threw the amulet in the water, the only way to undo it is you take the sorcerer who made the amulet and throw him also in the water. So the king said, I'll give you all the sorcerers to throw in the water, just heal my son. So the princess, the daughter, she heard that this is going to happen, and it's going to be revealed what she did. So out of panic, she ran to the place where she threw the amulet into the water. And when she pulled it out, she slipped and fell in the water. And it became a big commotion that the princess slipped and fell in the water, all that stuff. So the tzaddik said, and when that happened, the tzaddik heard that happen. The tzaddik says, now he will be healed. What happened to the prince, the son, the prince? all of his skin shriveled up and dried up and fell off, and it became revealed that he was made of gems. Okay? That's the story Ben Nachman tells. The deep secrets behind it is hard to fathom, what's the idea of the gems and everything. But there is a practical point here that's unbelievable. He said, the tzaddik to Hashem, he said, I just did this for you. I did this for your honor, and that's all I had in mind. And Rabbi Nachman says in the story, it became revealed to him. Rabbi Kaplan writes, from heaven. Like, heaven revealed to him the secret. This thing happens in life again and again. That when you're in a situation where there's a lesson here for life, for everything, for everybody now. That when a person is really stuck, and then they turn to Hashem out of a type of pain and saying, Hashem, I'm in this ballgame for you. It's becoming so difficult in life. I'm doing all this for you, Hashem. When a person is adamant and expressing his inner ratzon, that opens the door for everything else. Okay? On a Kabbalistic level, the gateway for clarity in life is called the Keter. The Keter is the interface between us and Hashem's Or Ein Sof. And you would think, what do I need that? Okay, I'm trying to be a simple Jew. What do I need Or Ein Sof? What do I need the Keter? Let me just be a simple Jew. But the answer is that the tests we're going through, especially today, the only solution for them is activating the Keter to get the infinite light. The reason why we're going through such crazy things today, with people, they try so much things. They try things to not get divorced. They try things.
All this good is possible.
But watch, 1 second. They try all these things to get out of situations, health problems, children off the derech problems, shalom bayit problems, avodat Hashem, yot shamayim, people falling into crazy averot, where people today are like chayav karet almost every day, chas shalom, what they do. If it's karet because of what they see, or the pgamim, chilul Shabbat, pgam abrit, the level today is like really bad. Okay, we compare what we're going through to like 100 years ago, 20 years ago. It's like a different ballgame, and we're being squeezed so extreme that you begin to wonder, what do you want, Hashem? We're trying everything, and it's still not working out. It's still not working out. People are going through crazy things. I'm in touch with a girl. She's 38 years old, and she tells me, I've been on already 200 shidduchim. 200 shidduchim, and she thought by now she wanted a family with kids. She thought by now she'll be married and kids, and she feels she's stuck. 200 shidduchim, 38 years old, getting to the age where they can't have any more kids. She won't be bat banim anymore. And then she says, I've done everything. Hafrashat chala, 40 days nishmat kol chai, giving tzedakah to Kever Rachel and the Kotel, and going to Reb Shaya Les Kever, going to Uman, let's say, and doing Kabbalah and Shabbat Yoter. You can't say they're not doing. You say, okay, you have to daven more. Or we daven more. And so they say, I'm davening, I did everything. And they're dried out. They're wasted. Because you can't say they're not doing. They did. They went to see this Rav, this Mekubal, this Tzaddik to get a bracha. If it's a Litvish Rav, they went. If it's a Mekubal, they went. Rabbi Dabu Dabu Chatzer, whatever. They did everything. You can't say they didn't. Oh, but you didn't try this. Come on. The person is wasted. They did like 20, 30 things, and so many years passed by. What do you want from them? They did. They're doing stuff. And still, things are not moving. Another guy recently, a friend of mine, 8 kids, married for how many years? 25, 30 years. His wife decides just to walk out on him. She has a better job than him in high tech. I don't need you. I want to live more modern life. He's a Rav, Mashgiach, and he's working hard to make ends meet. And she takes the younger kids and just leaves him. And he's crying. He tells me, where did everything go? Where did all the Tikkun HaKalis go? It was a Breslov also. Uman Rosh Hashanah. Where did all that go? All the tefillah to maintain stability. Where did it all go? And it's not 1, 2 people. It's tons and tons of cases of people divorced in crazy situations, or again, children off. Another guy, Misken, he lost a son on overdose, a guy in Florida, and he's just broken, Situations that are painful, that hurt, and you know what to tell them. And these people, they're religious. They're not like, you have to keep Shabbat tomorrow. How much? They're doing that already. How much can you go? So we have today crazy scenarios where people feel stuck, and they did everything. To speak to this therapist, okay, they did. To this doctor, they did. This rabbi, they did already, okay? They're doing a lot, and still, it's not working. What's missing? So Nachman goes into this thing that you have to activate something which is beyond reach. You do things which are within reach, to do tshuva, masim tovim. And again, we're taught in the Gemara that this is a tris lifnei apuranut. This will stop before all types of suffering and difficulties. So we're doing it. And still people are stuck. What? So we ask Hashem, so what do you want from me? What do you want from us? You give us impossible, like you tell us to climb a wall, and you take our arms and legs off and say, okay, climb the wall. Come on. Hashem, what do you want of us? I'm not trying to complain, Hashem, but we're frustrated. What can we do? And again, it's a lot of situations. A person in his personal life also, he doesn't know what to do if it's a kid falling off the path or a health issue. You don't know. You feel like it's dead end. Okay, there's only one direction, and it's chas shalom yush. Why? Why does it have to be? Oh, for sure the person's gonna die now. For sure this. Why? Why is it now that like it's a dead end, and I have to accept be'emunah, this is the right way? But Hashem, it's not like once in a blue moon. It's happening a lot to many people now in the world. It's like painful situations of futility. So what to do? So like we said, Rabbi Nachman goes into this, and he advises and guides that we're being squeezed in order to connect to the highest level. No longer status quo solutions of Avodat Hashem and Tefillah and Tshuva. Yes, we have to do Avodat Hashem and Tefillah, but we have to go on a higher level. We have to go to the maximum level. Okay? We're faced with situations where we're in karet. There's karet, halachic karet, where people do things where they're the chayav, the punishment of karet. But there's also a situation, a mental situation where we feel karet, we feel cut off. I feel like whatever I'm doing, it's not moving, it's not happening, it's not going forward. That's the idea of a spiritual karet. For these situations, the only tikkun of that type of karet is keter, the same letters. Karet, kaf, resh, tav. To fix that, we have to connect to the keter. The question is how? What's the keter? Keter is activating the highest level possible to bring down or Ein Sof, and this or Ein Sof is the clarity and solution for everything in life. It doesn't like it's Ein Sof, meaning it's Ein Sof levels of rachamim, of compassion, that no matter what a person's stuck in life, it's there to offer an opening, a salvation, B'ezrat Hashem. How the keter works, it's divided in 3 parts. Like a physical crown on a king's head. You have the bottom rim of the crown that sits on the head. You have the middle part of the crown, where all the gems are and the jewels. And you have the shpitzim on top of the crown, pointing upwards, b'derech agav, to Hashem. A Jewish king's crown has the little pointies on top, the kotzim, that they're going upwards. The Kabbalah calls the lower rim atik, the middle part is called arich anpin, and the top spitzes are called tzachtzachot, or rota tzachtzachot. And that tzachtzachot is what we have to get to, the tzachtzachot. Tzachtzachot is a very deep term, obviously, in the Kabbalah, but the Zohar explains it on 2 opposite explanations, and Rabbi Nachman comes along and says it's really one and the same. The Zohar is based on a pasuk from Yeshayahu. I think it's chapter 42 or 52. Vehisbia betzachtzachot nafshecha. The pasuk talks about the reward in the future for the tzaddikim, that Hashem will be masbia, will satisfy betzachtzachot nafshecha. So the Zohar asks, what does this word mean? What is tzachtzachot? So the Zohar says 2 opposite meanings in the same pasuk, 2 different meanings, 2 different explanations. First one, Be'izbia, Hashem will satisfy betzachtzachot, with tzachtzachot, milashon tzach ve'adom. Tzach means something which is clear and bright. Okay? So Hashem will satiate, satisfy your soul with this light. The nefesh that was suffering so much in difficulties in this world, Hashem will bring light to it, but a high light, a refined, pure light, and that's the light, the Or Ein Sof. That's one explanation. The Zohar gives another one. The exact opposite. Vehisbia, Hashem will satiate, betzachtzachot nafshecha, the nefesh which is tzacha. Tzacha Nashon HaKodesh means parched, dry, thirsty, and thus yearning and pining for water, for even spiritual water. Tzama nafshi lelokim lekel chai. So tzacha is the situation of the nefesh. So the second taich of the pasuk, and Hashem will satiate b'tzachtzachot nafshecha, your nefesh which is dried up. So Hashem will now satisfy it. So the Zohar says both meanings are correct. It can be doresh tzachtzachot lemala and lemata. Lemala meaning that it's light, but it also means being parched and dried up. So Rabbi Nachman comes along and says it's one and the same. The way to connect to this light of tzachtzachot, which is the gateway for the infinite light, which is what you need to get clarity in the difficult, frustrating situations of life, the way to activate it is by feeling and being tzach, by feeling tzachzuach, tzacha meaning parched and dried up. What does that mean? Expressing the ratzon. It's one thing that a Jew davens and davens and davens and does things and does tshuva and does his best, okay? It's another level when a Jew begins to express his ratzon. Ratzon is so powerful. Ratzon means that you express your inner yearning and desire to Hashem. You tell Hashem, I just want to come close to you. I just want to be with you. Everything I'm doing in life and all the difficulties that I'm enduring to try to be a Jew, Hashem, I'm doing for you. I really want to come close to you, so help me. You add the point of the Retzonot in the davening. This we hint to in every day in our davening, where we say, Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. What are we saying? It should be transformed. Utehi leratzon tamid. It should be transformed into ratzon always. Avodat Yisrael amecha. All your avodat Hashem, all your davening, all your learning, all your mitzvot should be transformed into ratzon. That's what we're saying. Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Because the power of ratzon is the most powerful force in the creation. But to squeeze it out of a person has to experience the setbacks sent by the keter. The keter, how it works, it does what's called in the Kabbalah a betisha. A betisha is a smack backwards. That's expressed in all the challenges and setbacks that a Jew experiences in his life. The reason why I'm being pushed back, and you begin to wonder, you're frustrated. What am I doing wrong? I'm trying to serve Hashem. I'm trying to be a good Jew, trying to be a good person, trying to have a family, to keep Shabbat, Talmud Torah, all these things. And Hashem, you make it almost impossible. I mean, I don't want to question your ways, but Hashem, all I wanted was to do your Ratzon. That's all the reason why I got involved in this, is for you, Hashem. So give clarity. Give me clarity. So when Ratzon is expressed, this is the most powerful force. Like we say every day also, Karov Hashem lechol korav, Hashem is close to all those who call out to Him. Which people? All those who call out to Him in truth. So going back, when a Jew expresses his ratzon, at that point, a person's in a different ballgame. It's no longer logic and rationale. Now you're in a domain which is above everything. Even though ideally, technically, everything is divine providence, everything's hashgacha pratit, even the things you're doing in the teva is really malaba teva. But at this point, when you go into the world of ratzon, because you're being squeezed, you're being purged, and now the ratzon comes out, now it's all clear, just hashgacha pratit and divine providence. So in the story, what happened in the story? The tzaddik, he told Hashem, I did this for you. All this, my current sin was for your honor, and he's expressing the ratzon. I just wanted for you. So immediately as he said that, they revealed to him the secret, that it's sorcery. This happens to everybody. When you feel cornered in life and you don't know what to do and you're frustrated, I tried this, I tried that, I spoke to this therapist and this rabbi and this doctor, I did this segula, I did 40 days this, I did that, Hafrashat Chala, I did everything, okay? And then you feel so squeezed. He said, enough is enough, Hashem, I don't know what to do. And you just go in ratzon mode. When you do that, you go into a different ball game, and then secrets become revealed to you, what to do. Other people don't understand what you're going through. Other people may think that you're nuts even. But you're in tune to now a higher level of connection. And then Hashem sends messages that only you see with clarity because of what you're going through. And you're expressing your ratzon. So then Hashem opens up the doors. It's something phenomenal. It's unbelievable. And normally, when we're being tested in life, it's because they want to activate for you the keter. And the situations in life, Nothing less than the best. Like Rabbi Nachman once said, when a person is sick regular, he goes to a regular GP, regular doctor. But when you're really sick, you go to the biggest doctor. So too in this generation, we're beginning to see how far we are from Hashem, how difficult it is just to maintain normality. Just to daven like a normal Jew is almost impossible. You try to concentrate on the davening, your head is already all over the world. You just started Korbanot, Psukei de Zirma, the head is not there. People, they've given up already. I see people, they can daven Shacharis in like 20 minutes. Kol hakavod. I don't know how they do it, but super duper fast. Why are they even trying? Because they gave up on trying. Why they give up on trying? Because it's impossible. What do you want from me? I'm trying to daven 20, 30, 40 years, trying to focus on the words. I bought the Mega Art School Siddur with the interlinear translation. I got everything to get to focus, and I bought the Komarna and everything, all the Mefarshim, and I have like 50 Siddurim. With all the Mefarshim, I got the Breslov Therapy even. And then you come to davening, where's my head? Where's my head? Fried. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's not there. What do you want? People gave up. People, I see people, like older guys, that they daven in 15, 10, 5, 10, 15. How do they do that? How do they do that? Because they gave up already a long time. Why they give up? Because it's impossible. It's impossible. I'm trying my best to daven, and they won't let me daven. They don't let me daven. So then why waste my time lip service? Why? Why even try if now it's just like hitting a wall? So if that's the case, if Judaism is like impossible, so you ask Hashem, so what do you want of me? What in the world do you want of me? We have a halachic obligation from Chazal to daven, so I'm doing davening, and it's also preferred. I concentrate on what I'm saying. I'm trying to do it. It's not happening, Hashem. So what I should give up? That's what you want, Hashem. You want me to give up? Okay, if that's what you want, so show me. There was once a Breslover. He was very poor, and he would walk every day from Tzfat to Meron by foot. Okay, Rav Yisrael Karduna. He would walk and then walk back. He would walk and do, while walking, would learn Mishnayot off by heart, and would say Tehillim in Meron, and then come back, like a regular summer night. And one day he woke up, and his shoes were destroyed. He had no shoes. So he said, Ribono Shel Olam, like in a nice way, Kivyachol, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Or give me new shoes, or give me the da'at that I don't need new shoes. But to stay miserable like this, no way. Ultimatum, or A, or B. But I refuse to be miserable and broken because of this. So Hashem, or help me out, or show me that I don't need it. I can go get along with it. And then he got shoes, Baruch Hashem. But this is the level Hashem wants you to reach. He wants you to feel enough is enough. I can't anymore. And then the inner, what's called in Yiddish, the pintel yid, the inner point of your Yiddishkeit comes out in the form of Ratzon. And you really, really open up. And it's like as if Hashem was saying, thank you. I was waiting all these years to squeeze you at the right amount that these words should come out of you. That these expressions, word expressions of Ratzon should finally come out. That's what I was waiting for. It's not now, oh, Hashem doesn't want me. Then the setbacks. And you say, okay, lo nora, okay, another chance, another time, okay. And become less and less, infused with the enthusiastic in your trying to be a Jew and trying to serve Hashem, because how many patches can you handle in life? You get patched and patched and patched, always getting hit until you feel like you're dead. Chas v'shalom, and I'm not trying anymore. But there's a point where the inner essence begins to say, enough is enough. And it gives like a retort, a mecha'a kivyachol. Hashem wants that, by the way. We say, there's a Gemara and a Midrash, Zamiru, because it says Lam Natseach. We have Lam Natseach in Tehillim. What's this term Lam Natseach in Tehillim? Lam Natseach Mizmor LaDavid, Lam Natseach Livnei Korach. What is Lam Natseach? So the Midrash says, Zamiru lemi shemenatzchin oto v'sameach. Sing to the one, Hashem, who wants you to win him over and he's happy about it. Hashem wants you to give him a good argument. It's not like, okay, you're the God and I'll do whatever you want, everything. Hashem is squeezing you purposely that you should give such a good argument to Hashem that he says, okay, I'll give it to you. And normally, 99% of the cases, it's when a person feels, Hashem, enough is enough. I just want to be a good Jew, and you say it with such force, then Hashem says, okay, now you're opened up the tzachtzachot, the keter, and that leads the way for everything else in life. That opens up the light. This can happen many times in life, but this is the key. So going back to the story, the tzaddik was so bothered about it because he had to keep his word, and it was a chilul Hashem. And now, not only did it not happen, but now it's even worse. The king's son has leprosy, so he was so squeezed, this tzaddik, he said, I did this for you. And that was enough for them in heaven to reveal to a person, to the tzaddik, what was the problem. And this is how it is with every yid. When you get squeezed enough, if now you do the right thing, which is an expression of ratzon, this ratzon activates what's called the tzachtzachot, and tzachtzachot is the top part of the keter that brings this light into your life. The light shining in shines in the clarity and gives you a solution in life. However, the prerequisite for this to happen, for ratzon to be activated, is that a person must be working on being b'simcha always. Because if you don't have simcha in your life, when a person gets a setback from the keter, he automatically takes it negatively. He falls into yeush, into drugs, into chas v'shalom, suicide. He goes all the way down because he doesn't have the ability to stand up to the test of the setback and to express the inner ratzon. Because the inner ratzon is not just dormant, but it's dead because the person is not working on being b'simcha. He's already a negative guy. So when this hits him, he falls into Yehush. That's the explanation of the majority of Jewish people and people in the world who've just given up already. They've given up and they don't try anymore because they're not people who are trying to be b'simcha. Whereas a Jew who realizes to survive in the world, especially today, a person has to do everything possible to have resilience by being positive. If it's telling jokes, if it's with music, if it's finding his good points, being positive and giving thanks to Hashem, using a positive attitude and knowing about it and working to build it, such a person, when he gets a setback, he will activate the ratzon. Whereas other people who are not working on being b'simcha, okay, this won't happen. It's hinted to in a pasuk. B'simchat olam al rosham. Okay? It's a pasuk that, and b'simchat olam, look how we translate it here. The simcha that a person has in the vanities of the world, while being in the world, while having all the setbacks of the olam is milashon ha'alama, the concealment. In the concealment of the world, the person is still trying to be b'simcha, trying to be positive. He's doing his best, and he wants it. He's not like, ugh, I give up already, and I'm sad, and this and that. He's really trying. He's trying everything possible to be happy and be positive. What's the reward for someone who has simchat olam? Al rosham. What's on the head? What's on the head? The keter. Through simcha, you get to the keter. So therefore, the way to invest, the direction to invest, the address is the area of simcha. And when the setback happens, and Hashem knows exactly when to send a person the test. Don't worry, it happens to everyone. The Sefer Yashar, Rabbeinu Tam, he says everybody in life will get hit. No one's exempt. Some people in the beginning, some people in the middle years, some people at the end, but everybody gets hit. So what's the thing though? What you do when you get hit. Do you do the right thing or not? The right thing is to activate the ratzon, because that's the only way to bypass the betisha, what the Kabbalah calls the betisha, to activate the tzachtzachot. But now to have that happen, a person needs to work on simcha. So with all that said, we have a gift to give the new people who are here. Okay? If you can do me a favor and give this out. If you give each person, you'll help me out. Give a person, if you want a smiley magnet, you'll give each person a sticker. Okay? This, okay?
We need
Okay.
Extra simple in this area.
Yeah, you had one? You have a sticker? You took a magnet?
You gave two to my wife already.
Oh, okay. One sticker, one magnet, everybody. רגע, אבל אני רוצה להמשיך. אני רוצה לדבר עוד מעט. אני עוד לא גמר. Okay, if you see this sticker, there's a QR code. When you have a chance to go into the QR code, Where's magnet?
You want? Where's magnet?
Okay, good.
This one is paper.
Okay, one is a sticker. אחד זה מדבקה, אחד זה magnet. Okay,
I'll take both.
yeah, put there. So, if you have a chance to scan the QR code, very nice. That's me. That is me. It has the funny Mr. Potato Head. It's me. Okay. Everything we spoke about tonight, even what I took from the story, is based on this lesson that I mentioned at the beginning, lesson 24, Likutey Moharan. And I'm saying this over and over again because it's so important. How Rabbi Nachman's teachings work. Pakistani. You know about the Pakistani? There's a Pakistani. You heard that? There's a Pakistani neighbor. You didn't hear that, Josh? There's a... Okay, so how Rabbi Nachman's teachings work is the more you learn them, the more you connect to what he's saying, the more you feel an affinity to it, you connect to what he's saying, and you believe in what he's saying, and you delve into Hashem to activate these etzot, the more you see the change in your life. It's phenomenal. Even though this is true about anything, even by the Goyim, they have this idea that the more you go over a mantra, you go over something, it begins to activate in your life. And even the Torah in general, the Gemara you learn, the Chumashim, the Mishnayot, whatever you're learning, you begin to so become a part of the Torah you're learning. However, by Rabbi Nachman's teachings, it's multiplied by 20,000. It's on speed. Then mamash, the more you get into it, you see the changes happening. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. So in this QR code on the sticker and on the magnet, we made a whole what's called a link tree link. I forgot to say it, link tree, and organized for everybody to pursue this lesson. You have the whole lesson, Likutey Moharan lesson 24 in English, with the commentary of the BRI, Breslov Research Institute. And we made what's called a 40-day challenge. 40-day challenge is something special. The challenge is to see if what we spoke about today, about the simcha and the keter and the ratzon, if this is something that talks to you, challenge, nisayon, yeah. It's a nisayon, etgar. Etgar is a mila yuter tov. Etgar, that's the word. Okay? If now you really want to, these ideas do resonate with you and you want to work on these things, so it's kedai to give this lesson a chance, a shot. We have 2 books that were written by Rabbi Nachman's disciple, Rabbi Natan. One book is called the Kitzur Likutey Moharan, and the other one's called Likutey Tfilot. Kitzur Likutey Moharan, Rabbi Nachman instructed Rav Nosson to take his lessons in Likutey Moharan and now arrange the practical points that come out. So in this lesson, Kaf Dalet, the lesson 24, there's 8 points that come out of this lesson. And he also he hinted to him to write prayers on the lessons. In the Torah Kedosha, there's only 2 books in the whole Torah that have prayers written on them. Number 1 is the Chumash. The Chamisha Chumshei Torah have written on them the 5 books of Tehillim. That's the Gemara, Meforeshet. The 5 books of Tehillim are prayers on the 5 books of the Chumash. David HaMelech and the other tzaddikim are crying to Hashem, Hatzileni na Chayeni, and all the bakashot of Hatzalah and Yeshua is in order to come to fulfill what's written in the Chamisha Chumshei Torah. The second book we have, believe it or not, is Rabbi Nachman's Likutey Moharan. We have written on them prayers called Likutey Tfilot. These Tfilot are not like another book of Tfilot. You have the Ramchal's books of Tfilot, you have the Shlaz's books of Tfilot, you have Sharei Tzion, you have many books of Tfilot. These Tfilot are totally different in that as soon as you open them, you see exactly what you're going through in your life. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's not normal. Someone who's sincere and honest, he can open anywhere in his prayers, and you feel he's expressing exactly what you're going through in your life today. It's not normal. Okay? So we took the prayer on this lesson 24, and with the abridged Likutey Moharan lesson 24, and arranged it in a schema of 40 days. And the goal is doing it for 40 days. It takes about 5 minutes a day, 4 minutes a day, to read, to enunciate the piece of the lesson and also the piece of the prayer. With your own words, also your own hitbodedut, to see this change take place in your life for 40 days.
Simcha.
Yeah, simcha, the keter, getting to the keter. Simchat olam al rosham. Okay? And we also have a WhatsApp support group for people who are doing this all over the world. Yesh anashim b'chol olam osim et ze, et etgar. And they check on the WhatsApp group. I did day 1, day 2, day 3. There's one Talmid Chacham in Beit Shemesh. He's done it 5 times already. He loves it. He's done 5 times 40. And because he's holding at the level, he adds other Svarim, other Breslov Svarim, which are Perushim on this lesson 24. And we have over 500 audio classes. 500 audio classes just on this lesson 24. It's been over 3 years where we're giving classes on this Torah and the Likutey Moharan. And we have YouTube videos, Spotify, and we have a website, breslovtherapy.com, where this is absolutely amazing. That in the past year, I've been able to connect every Parshat HaShavua with this lesson. That's really crazy. To find Remazim in the Parsha, if it's Rashi, the Midrashim, the Zohar, the Agaritas, and to see a remes to these ideas of the Keter, of Simcha, okay, in the Parsha. And we write it out, so you have a Parsha sheet ready for Shabbat that you can use at the table. Everything's in English, of course. Okay? And we also have a smiley store. we made a smiley store with T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and my favorite, the car freshener. So when you're driving to work and you're always negative, you put on the news, Hezbollah, the Hezbollah today, everything's like Tisha B'Av. You go to work, so at least you have a smiley face to remind you to be b'simcha and don't get sucked into the bad news, right? So we have all these things. Enjoy and maybe zochet to taste the Torah Kav Dalet. What you didn't get? Go into this tree link. There's a tree link. Scan the QR code. Scan the QR code. Everything's there. Okay? And it's called lesson24.breslovtherapy.com. Whatever you went. Okay? Thank you very much. And we'll be zochet and be simcha. Huh?
Give us another joke.
Okay, one more joke. Which one? Oh, dear Lord.
There's some money.
I know, I'm trying to remember.
It's like 5.
Okay, here's a good joke. So it's about tshuva, an Israeli about tshuva.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, the Israeli about tshuva.
This is good.
He got engaged, and his family disowned him because he became religious. So he had to marry on his own. So he went to the Rosh Hashiva, and he said, I have to go schnorring now. I have to go collecting in America. I don't know how to do this. How do I go collecting in America? The Rosh Hashiva said it's very easy. You go to only 3 places. Go to Lakewood, go to Williamsburg, and go to 5 towns in New York. Okay? You go to Lakewood, you tell them, I'm an Enikol of the Vilna Gaon. You go to Williamsburg, you say, I'm an Enikol of the Baal Shem Tov. You go to 5 towns in New York, where they're more modern Orthodox young Israel, you say, I'm a Ger Tzedek, I'm a convert. Okay? So he orders the taxi, the Israeli taxi, to pick him up in Newark Airport. So he gets to Newark Airport. The driver says, I'm taking you to Crown Heights. He said, Aval Sikamnu, wait 1 second. We said Lakewood, Williamsburg, and 5 towns. He said, no, I need money, you need money, yalla. There's no time, let's go, Crown Heights. But I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. I don't know, what's in Crown Heights? What type of Jews? Just go, you knock on the door, and that's it. They open the door, and that's it, okay? So he gets to Crown Heights, he knocks on the first door, and he sees a typical Chabadsker wearing a Hasidic kapota, and a Litvish hat, and a glowing Yichya Donenu kippah, glittering, the glittering kippah. So he doesn't know what to say. So he says, from my mother's side, I'm Enikol of Vilna Gaon. From my father's side, I'm Enikol of the Baal Shem Tov, and I'm a Ger Tzedek. It's good every time. Okay.
This was the best retelling yet.
Mamash.
That was the best one yet.
It's all in the delivery.
Yeah.
It's all in the time.
Is it Hashem? What? Is it Hashem? I just say, by the way, in this generation, it's or wifey or Wi-Fi. Or wifey, or you spend time with your wife, or Wi-Fi. Okay? The Wi-Fi takes away from the wifey. So you have to decide. Or you have wifey or Wi-Fi. You can't have both.
If you're not married, then you have more time.
No, we're talking about the guys getting married and why the Chasam Sam can lose it. You got to do or wifey or Wi-Fi. You have to choose. All right. Keep it simcha tetzeu and only good. Thank you for joining.